Ghouls and Bulls, Ghouls and Blah. We are doing a review of the TV show S.H.I.E.L.D. Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And I gotta say, to me, it exceeded my expectations of it because I thought it was gonna be, it's gonna kind of be dull. There's gonna be a little bit of references, not really that much anything. They might not say anything from movies. It Everyone said it's gonna be amazing and it wasn't gonna be as good as it was, but it was. It was everything people were saying it was gonna be and what they promised. And you can tell that they're taking it slow and it's gonna build up into something bigger and bigger every time. What's your take, Matt?
Um, Adding to what you're saying, what he basically means is that at the very beginning episode, you don't see all this like secret agent stuff like CSI. You see like a superhero saving a girl from a burning building, and you see him literally dig his claws into the bricks and climb up, and then like fucking rescue him Super Mario style. That was epic. I really enjoyed that.
What's your
Yeah,
take, Mitch?
well, that was really cool because we were all just sitting there like, oh, this guy's just he's an average person that's gonna walk into this door or something and kick to the door and save his people. Then you start climbing up the thing, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool little setup. I went, whoa, whoa.
And surprisingly, there was twists in it that I didn't expect, and you viewers, we're not going to spoil it for you, so you need to watch it yourself. But there are a lot of twists and things that seem like something, it turns into something else, and a lot of movie references that are you'd be like, whoa, I just saw that in that movie, in the Marvel movies. You're like, that's awesome. Even villains from different Marvel movies are technically in it, and it's just all kinds of cool stuff. And I talked about in future episodes, talking about actually having the Avengers in it sometime, or the separate like Captain America and them separate by themselves. And on top of that, they also talk about some of the villains, like Loki may be in it sometime, which would be really cool.
Yeah.
Well,
I want Deadpool to be in the show someday.
sadly, that's probably not going to happen because Fox owns Deadpool.
It'd be really cool if they just had like a poster or maybe someone holding a toy or something. Just
Well, yeah.
Oh, speaking of,
something
that was
like
cool. That's one thing we'll spoil from you. Is beginning of the show, they show action figures of the Avengers that you can actually go to Walmart and buy. Like real action figures. That was awesome. It's like, whoa, it's like our reality. It's like here, but it's not.
Well, there's going to be Marvel product placements up the ass, not like video games or some original comic books there, here and there, stuff like that, which is a no-brainer because
Yeah.
it's Disney.
And I think it's kind of cool because it makes it feel like it's kind of realistic. Because if it's like really like that, that would be what it's really like. And even comic books, they talk about kids and stuff that end up being superheroes that are reading comic books of Avengers or Captain America. Because, face it, if they're real superheroes, we wouldn't make comic books of them. Anything else you want to talk about, Mitch?
Yeah, I thought that the the actors in the movie were pretty good. I mean, I, I'm not as like, I know all the names and stuff, from the characters from like these guys are. Like, there's this chick in the movie, in the video or in the movie.
Mariah Hill.
Huh?
Mariah Hill.
Yeah,
She's
I
from the
found her
movie.
character decent. I liked Agent Coulson a lot because I liked him in the movies, and I liked him in this too. And I know he's a good actor. He's kind of, I think he's been in a couple of comedy shows. And well, one thing I like is that I'm one of those people that love like procedures, like Law and Order, and I like detective shows and stuff like that. And it kind of has that because you're trying to solve a mystery and like what's going on, and then like they give you some certain like ways how it's going to go on to another episode where you're like thinking, what's going to happen next and what they're going to add to the mythology to everything. And I thought that was really good.
Well, you got anything more to say, Matt?
What I really am going to enjoy about the show is the character development of Agent Coulson, because in the Avengers movie we just get to know like little tidbits. He's a nerd. He collected Captain America trading cards. He was a young lad, and in the show
He's funny.
He's funny. He's smart ass. He's a smart ass. You actually get to see more of his personality,
Oh yeah.
in the show than you've ever did in the actual movies themselves, which will actually carry on into the other Avengers 2, other Avengers movies.
Yeah, or the other Marvel movies.
Yeah.
And Josh Whedon's sense of humor is actually in the show very well placed.
Well, interesting thing is, I was watching the credits at the beginning, and I noticed there's this guy named his name was Jed Whedon or something like
That's
that.
his brother.
I didn't even know he had a brother.
He helped him write a lot of things.
I didn't know that. Well, all right, another thing. Well, there was a couple of things. There's me, the criticism of me. There was it kept my interest and stuff, and everything was going on. But I mean, it was exciting in a way, but I don't know. For a season like opening premiere, I kind of thought they maybe should have just maybe add a little bit more to it.
Make it longer. A
Oh,
little bit
well,
longer
yeah,
than it
well,
was
yeah,
as
that's
a
what they should have
pilot.
did. Yeah, instead of making it fit in like a 40, it's an hour, but it's only 42 minutes with commercial, without commercials.
And it's so action packed
Yeah.
that it actually maybe
It
should have
kept on
been.
going like another 20 minutes more.
Maybe
'Cause
it
I
should
feel
have
like,
been a little slower
'cause I
paced.
felt like you kind of got introduced to some characters, but like the characters weren't really all that interesting.
Like the
to
Asian
me.
girl, you barely know who the
Yeah.
Asian girl is.
Yeah, like some characters were just kind of like, I mean, they
She kicks ass,
they
but
all fit together and worked well, but I just kind of was like, well, this guy's okay, this guy's okay, this guy's okay.
now the one Asian they showed in the beginning, he was a badass. He's like fucking
yeah.
James Bond on
Yeah.
steroids. That was cool. He's beating the shit out of everyone.
Like
He's that's like a ninja.
Yeah, like took a fucking drawer and smashed over his head and punched him.
And I have a feeling this show is just gonna grow and get better and better as it goes on. Because first episodes, sometimes you get a TV show and the first season's really awesome, and it goes downhill from there. But some shows kind of start off decent, like they start off pretty good, like I
More
mean,
than most shows.
yeah, it's not one of those shows that like Nate and Matthew over here were like, this movie's like so amazing, or this TV episode was so amazing. Well, I was just like, yeah, it's really good. I like it. I want to watch more of this, and it's pretty good. But I didn't think it was 100% super amazing, great.
But what made it so good is you do want to see more, though.
But one thing I was surprised about was the graphics in the movie episode, because usually TV episodes
They're like movie quality.
Yeah, they're like TV quality. I was like, dang, that's actually pretty good graphics.
What do you expect for Disney?
Well, it is.
I mean, even that.
Yeah, I know, but
Even that Once Upon a Time show that was made by Disney. When I looked it up, they put a lot of money towards that, and the effects look really good in that too.
But no, well, like compared to like DC or not DC, but the CW, like the Green
Green Arrow,
and
Arrow.
yeah, and then they're coming up
I mean,
with
it was-
Flash, Flash TV show.
Although Flash I see being better because it's funnier,
Oh,
but Arrow was kind of like, oh, let's try to make a
Yeah.
rip off of the Dark Knight movies. It was kind of like Dark Knight, but
and
TV
take
show.
Smallville type of feel and add that to it too.
Actually, there's not as much. There's drama in it, but
Well,
not
I
as
know,
much
but
as Smallville.
it still has that low TV, drama like CW feel to it.
And it's like, oh, let's make this guy all sexy most of the time. Show off to girls.
try to make people look pretty the whole time, and
Let's have his shirt off a lot.
Yeah,
He's
that
got
type
scars
of show.
everywhere,
I hate when
but
they do that.
I mean, he has scars everywhere and stuff. But
But this TV episode, they didn't really do that at all. Like they actually felt like real characters. They weren't like drama queens.
and they're trying to say they're
Yeah,
like
and,
sexy. It was funny. He's like,
Yeah.
the girl was like, ooh, firm chest. Oh, it's funny. And he also never took his shirt off.
Yeah, that's what I liked about this one too.
Although I kind of wish they kind of had like actual suits at one point, since they're like a special team.
Yeah,
The Asian
that's
girl
true.
did.
Yeah.
But the Asian girl has like a tight suit. I think it even has a shield on it, like the shield signature on
Yeah.
it. That'd be cool to see on the other characters, because that's how it is in the comic book.
Yeah.
And it's a special unit team thing. I want to see that. But they did have something that's very awesome in it that has to do with flying that you guys have to see. If you are comic book fans, you'll love.
So I'm going to say something since we've been around for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back on your earlier statement. You know how you like said you didn't like this character, that character. I am going to hold my judgment since it's the very first episode.
That's what.
Yeah.
I understand that. That's
Although
what
I think
felt.
for
I
a
hope they get
pilot,
better.
it's pretty damn
For a
good pilot.
it's good. But
Although-
they should've- go ahead.
It's kind of good that it was only an hour long, because we all want to see more of it, really. And that's what I think what they're trying to do is they want you wanting more.
Yeah.
And we all do want more, and we wish it was longer because of that.
Yeah.
But I think that's the whole point, is that they want to have you wanting more of it.
Yeah. But
So you're going to watch it next
yeah,
time.
but sometimes that's not a good thing because if you're not interested,
It might piss you off.
if you're not into the character like in the very first episode, like that kind of maybe sometimes screws things that makes people don't want to watch it anymore because the characters
That
are
makes
just
no
decent.
sense though, 'cause you
But I
still
mean,
want to see more of it though.
sometimes I'm not saying that happens every time. I know some TV shows where the characters were just sucky, and then the second and third season they were like they turned awesome, and then outshined the other character. I'm just saying that I just like when it's like based on the Avengers and the movies and
Merle.
all those big stuff.
Merle.
I assumed that it was gonna be the characters would be all amazing and all perfect, but they were just but they're all still pretty good. They all fit together and they all
Agent
flow
Shield,
together.
they all flowed together. They all seem like an actual team, and I like how they introduced a new team member,
Yeah.
and it just was awesome. Everything about it. I just wish there was more action packed, but
But
it was very well paced for a TV show.
yeah.
We didn't have too many slow parts, and like parts they talk,
Mhm.
but they're funny though. They weren't like, I'm
yeah.
getting tired.
Yeah, I like the humor. The humor's really good.
Josh Whedon is a funny motherfucker. If he makes a comedy, I'm gonna laugh my ass off. Like if he made Howard the Duck, that'd be hilarious. Or
Well,
slapstick movie.
Well, he did make I don't know if it was more like a drama comedy. It was like Ado About Nothing or something. Much Ado About Nothing is like a Shakespeare type movie. He did it like right after he did the Avengers. Even has a couple. Actually, even has the Agent Coulson actor in it with someone else in it. And I hear that's kind of funny. I don't know.
What is it with 1 hour shows and how they seem to entice you into watching more than regular, like 30-minute shows or 15-minute shows like Robot Chicken and Adult Swim?
Well, on that front.
Well, it's also a pilot too.
We'll see enough for there's certain shows. All right, there's certain like Robot Chicken where every episode is different based on a different theme.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. This is
That's
one of those
sad.
shows. This is one of those shows where you have a bunch of the same characters or a bunch of characters, and you grow with them as each episode goes on.
They will shoot new stuff, but
and they take stuff that were like they tease you with an episode at the end, and it makes you want to watch the next episode. And that's how they get the other people to
and also the teaser trailer made for the whole season with the freaking. You saw little bits pieces of all kinds of different characters in the comic books. You're just trying to figure out who the fuck are they because it's live action versions, so it'll be a little different.
Plus they're long. It's an hour long, so 40 minutes long.
It's like a mini movie every time.
Instead of like 30 minutes to 15 minutes, like as you were saying.
Every time it's gonna be an hour long. It's like a little movie.
Yeah.
Adding to my earlier statement. What I was thinking of was it's not too short to where you like get lost, but it's not too long to the point where it drags on forever and you want it to end. Like, I remember when I was little, I watched the X-Men cartoons and I wanted more, and then it fucking cut the credits, and then I get pissed off.
That's what comic books do too, Maddie. Though that's the point.
I know, but this was a cartoon based off a comic book.
Yes, but it was like the comic book in a way that it leaves you wanting more every time. It's like
that's not.
And all good TV shows do that because it makes you want to watch the next episode more.
Yeah, but I didn't read the.
Maddie, all TV shows do that.
What I'm trying to say is that it angered me that the show did that. Like I wanted it to carry on longer, like just make it a little longer. And there was so much little material in the show itself. The material was good, but so little of it that when I wanted more, it kept to the credits. And let me finish. When it kept to the credits, I was kind of disappointed that they didn't have the No.
Yes.
Be professional. You are a YouTuber. Thanks, help me.
Hey,
it's a lot longer than most cartoons were. So were Spider-Man.
All right, let him finish. Let him finish.
And flip side of the coin, just trying to say, there are shows that carried on too long. And which I can't really recall the ones that I watched that are like that, but they do exist. And the good thing with the S.H.I.E.L.D. is that it might be an hour long, but there's enough stuff and build in the show to keep you watching, and the end will satisfy you. Unlike some other shows that just leave you wanting more, but you aren't pissed off that you didn't get enough.
But Maddie, it will eventually do that when it's a big storyline.
Yeah, well,
that's what all shows do.
Yeah, especially the season finale, they usually have a cutoff where you don't know exactly what's gonna happen next, and you have to wait for the whole new episode. That's gonna happen.
Every single show does that.
Yes, but you're expecting that.
I'm expecting for this show,
Yeah, I do.
I wasn't expecting the action cartoon to end.
Actually, Spider-Man did the same. Every single good cartoon that storyline does that. It didn't do that when.
But don't forget, this is a TV show of real life, not cartoons. So I don't know if that kind of physics
Well,
relates.
it's
to
a,
your thing.
a
Yeah,
TV
Maddie,
show
it's
is a
not the same
TV.
thing.
It's a TV show
No, I
is a
understand.
TV
I
show.
understand that.
Yeah.
But Maddie, listen.
Okay, Papa Nathan, explore me with all
Shut
your
up.
vast intelligence.
Well, I got a question.
Because you're right, no matter what.
Hey, I
You
got
gotta let me say my opinion on it too and shut up.
Yeah. All right.
We've been going back and forth. Never
No,
mind.
all right,
get
never
over
mind,
here.
Never
All
mind.
right, let him. All right, come on, Nate.
I was trying to tell you. See, now I fucking forgot. I'm like, ugh.
Okay, because
Okay, look.
Oh, wait.
because you guys didn't count conversation
Hey,
for like 10
I got a
minutes or
question.
so.
Wait.
I
Come
got
on,
a
Mitch.
question.
Say
All
something.
right, let's just say that you never watched any of the movies, the Avengers, you didn't watch any of that, and all of a sudden you just popped up in this TV show. Like, would you actually have to watch the Avengers and all those just to get the TV show, or could you just go straight to the TV show without watching
It
those?
depends on the type of person you are. If
'Cause I was kind of curious
if, it's
about
the,
that.
if you're the type of person who wants to know what's going on and like the backstories and the references, then you'd go back and watch the Avengers.
You have to be a
'cause you missed
hermit like
everything.
Master Roshi to not know any about the Avengers at all.
Yeah,
You can know even a little
some
bit and
people,
get it.
some people just watch maybe one of the movies, or like maybe two, but some people don't even watch them all, because some people just,
But
some people just don't like
They
that
made
sort
it
of
so
thing.
you can actually, if you know a little about them, it works.
Yeah, I
Is
know,
it show
but-
like
Yeah, I know, but I was just curious, maybe, because I kind of felt like, like when you're like Agent, like if you were just someone who never watched the Avengers, and then you're like, oh, Agent Coulson, who's this guy? And like, oh, what did he do? Like, could you like this guy?
it
Like,
does to introduce them though?
I know, but like, could you like this guy? And yeah, but that's what I like about this show.
Well, that's
That's the stuff I was
yeah.
trying
Well,
to
that's
talk
what
about.
part of the character build is.
Yeah,
for.
that's what I
Now
like.
let's go back to what we're talking
And,
about because
Yeah,
now almost all shows do that with a storyline. X-Men did have
We're
single
reviewing
stories.
the Agents of
X-Men
S.H.I.E.L.D.
had single stories. The X-Men cartoon had single stories where it wasn't like that, Maddie. Not all X-Men episodes had that. Only when they have big storylines they do that. Like every single show does.
Okay, number one,
Some.
I'll use
But
the
I agree with
X-Men
some.
cartoon as an example. And number two, I'm going to add on what Mitch said earlier about, what was the last thing you talked about, Mitch? I forgot.
The movies. Do you have to watch the Avengers and all those movies to get?
Ah,
the
yes.
show?
At the risk of a spoiler, there's something that happens later on in the show that one of the main characters of the episode gets infected with something, and we knew that it was from an earlier movie that you watched, but if, like, it depends on the kind of person you are. If you want to know what happened with that person and how it
They do
relates
explain
to
it,
the
though,
earlier
Maddie.
Marvel movies.
They do explain it.
I'm just.
No, I didn't say it.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
just
they
saying, we're
explain
just
it.
confused. We're just confused. Like if you pop them, we're just confused you and like not have no idea what's going
Like I
on.
said, it depends on the kind of person you are.
Okay.
If you want to know
Well, I
what
mean,
happened before
They
then,
do say
or
it in
if
it,
you
Maddie.
don't
They
care.
say
But I'm just
exactly
saying, what
what
if
it
you're
is.
confused? What if you're just
I don't care.
confused? Like what if you're just confused? Like
Maddie,
be
you have to
confused?
care. That's what you're talking about. They
Like,
do.
Would you be confused? Like
That's not-
You wouldn't be confused. They say what it is.
I know, but I'm just saying.
I
All
don't
I'm saying,
recall-
look, all I'm
Come
saying
on.
is that all right. If you've never watched any of the show before, and it's kind of like seems like this show is starting off, or it's kind of continuing after the Avengers or whatever, and that we know that what's going on. But if you're just some random person, it's almost like pop up in the middle of a movie because there was already stuff before it. Like, would this confuse people by that? Like, would I'm just trying to get the reviewer here. If they never watched the Avengers, any of that, could they still follow this and know exactly what's going on, and would it be not confusing to them?
Oh,
Well, if they did
that's what I'm
start
trying
in
to
the
say.
middle of the show, yeah, that would probably happen. It
No, I mean,
happens
like,
with any
if
show.
if they start just in the middle of the first episode, this episode. But if you, like, technically this episode is actually it's actually already had something existing before that kind of continues into the episode. So it's not like the show has just started and it's just you're popping up in for the very very beginning. There's already storylines before this, and they already watched it. Well, then now there's this starting off with this. So
There are some things
I'm just saying
that
confuse the
there
viewer
are
if they never
some.
watched
Listen,
it.
there are some things that do, like what happened to Agent Coulson, and the aliens they make reference to those alien technology in the show, and that probably confused a little bit. It would be like, oh, alien technology.
Yeah.
It'll make you think of like X-Files and stuff. Not if you don't know about the movie, it'll make you think of that.
Shit, you lost me again. Say something, Mitch.
Confusing the viewer watching the show. If they don't watch
Okay,
the
yeah, I remember. Why? a big question I realize is why are you watching a spin-off of a show
You don't know anything about it.
you haven't seen any of the other
Because
movies?
there's certain shows that were like a spin-off of a show. Like they're trying to get new viewers in. And like, could this get a new viewer in who never watched, who just was like, oh man, I ain't gonna watch this Avengers shitty movie, but there's this TV show, it looks pretty good. I want to watch this. Maybe this may be good because it's a TV show.
Okay, and
That's what I'm trying to talk
and
about.
you watch the first episode, you may think, well, maybe the Avengers movie wasn't so bad. Throw it, you go back
Yeah,
and
and then
watch
you
it,
go back and watch
then
it.
you
Yeah,
realize
that's what I'm
not that
saying.
bad.
That's what I'm saying. There's people that never watched the movie because they didn't want to watch it, but then they saw the episode and were like, okay, does it do that in the show? Would it do that?
You had to be Master
Or
Roshi.
would it confuse you if you popped up in here if you didn't watch the other?
You had to be like Master Roshi,
that's
be
what
a
I'm
fucking
saying.
hermit to never know anything about it.
Yeah, but there's some
It's
people that's never seen it.
everywhere.
I'm telling you.
Everyone you know has seen it, right?
Like
Or heard of it, right?
Like Justin, our friend, he actually didn't even watch any of them.
But he knew about it though, right?
No, he didn't even really know what the storylines were. Nothing.
But he knew about the Avengers.
Yeah, but he
Well,
knew.
see, he still knew
But
about
see,
it.
he knew about it. But you can't know a specific thing because even though a movie might be it's based on certain stuff, you're not gonna know the mythology of everything, even though you never watch it.
I was about to bring that up.
So that's why you can't do that.
They do say what things are in the show, though.
So I'm just saying, is this yes or no question? Could you watch this if you never watched the Avengers, anything else, didn't know nothing about it? Could you?
Yeah, you could because they do say what things are. In it.
Okay,
Well, for like 5 seconds.
That's my
It doesn't matter. They still say what things are.
Yes, but if you catch all of that in the 5 seconds.
Yeah, if you suck enough not to pay attention to the show at all, then it's your own fault.
It's 5 seconds.
No, it's not even 5 seconds.
They show Thor, Captain America, S.H.I.E.L.D, Hulk's big green back, and
no, they actually talk about them, Maddie.
They don't say, "Oh, Captain America." They just say heroes, and
yes, they don't have to say them, Maddie.
But what Mitch is trying to say is that the details,
Matthew,
not the basic thing.
They are heroes, though. They don't have to say what heroes. They say they're heroes. And that's all we need to know.
Yeah, but sometimes
you want to know more than that? And
you would find out more.
There you go.
But you don't. It's not like you get lost in the show, Maddie.
Yeah, but some people do.
Some people can get lost in the show because they have no
idea what's going on beforehand.
Do you get lost?
No, because I saw the Avengers movie.
If you know anything about it, you still probably get lost.
So really the question was, could a viewer do it? And I think when I watched the show, there really wasn't too much stuff that you would have to remember from the Avengers, anything like that. You could have, you could have took disbelief and been like, okay, this guy did something and he did this and that, and maybe they'll eventually go on to it later and we'll know about it then. Then that kind of brings a mystery to the people who actually watch it. So okay, I was just wondering, and I get it now.
Okay, though, but we gotta go because we're running out of time.
Yeah. And one more thing, I guess, Mitch, adding to Nate's statement where he was agreeing on something. You could watch it before you see the Avengers and movies because they don't fucking drop everything on you.
Yeah.
That's the first episode.
Yeah, that explains my question.
I got it. That would overstep.
And that'll help the viewer. Yeah. That's what I was trying to do, is tell the viewer if they never watched it. That was the point I was making.
All right, so I would give the show, since the first season, and I did like a lot, I would give it 9 Agent Coulson superhero cards out of 10.
I'll give it 8 Coulson cards too. I'll give it 8.
So I sound fancy as fuck. I'm going to give it a 9.87 out of
10 Agent Coulson superhero cards.
Agent Coulson Captain America trading cards, yes.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, but he did have probably more superheroes in his show.
Oh, yeah.
Probably the Invaders, which they'll probably never show, the Submariner and stuff. Oh, and one more thing before we go. They were mentioning they are Marvel and Disney. Marvel and Disney were talking about making a Star Wars show and more Marvel shows. If this show is popular, that's why I'm hoping it's really popular, because to see a spin-off show of Star Wars would be awesome, but to see superheroes you never get to see before in a TV show of themselves, like Iron Fist and Power Man, that'd be fucking awesome.
We're just going to have to wait and see.
All right. See ya.
Cartoon. Sorry. Okay, well,
Maddie,
never mind.
I told you not Deadpool because Fox owns it.
God damn it, Nathan. Just outro. Okay, go.
Shush. All right. Ghouls and Boils. Have a good time. Have a good night. watch the show. You need to see it. Please rate, subscribe, and like. And remember, stay creepy. Creepy and funny
8 out
and
of 10.
awesome. All right.